In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an instance profile that integrates your own CloudFormation script and then launch an instance from that profile. You can do this either through Instance tab or Wizard. For Wizard demonstration, choose Instance Wizard, create a profile with the CloudFormation script and launch an instance. To create an instance profile, you first need to select a name. Pick a name. Next, you need to enter a URL that points to the CloudFormation script stored in S3. So for that, let's come to S3. This is the CloudFormation script that we wanted to use. Copy the link address and paste it here. For this instance profile, we like to access the instances through address association, which uses Cloud Extender Elastic IP. Now the instance profile has been created. Before we go to the next step to launch the instance, let's take a look at the CloudFormation script. The CloudFormation script that's stored in S3 bucket has a few parameters. In the parameter area, it has key name, VPC ID, and subnet ID that specifies which subnet and VPC you want to launch your instance from and who has access to that instance. So for that, let's click on Dashboard. We like to launch an instance from the VPC container that we created earlier called Project 1. So click on Project 1 and you see detailed information for that VPC. Here's the VPC ID, and then we choose a subnet that will launch this instance. For this case, we choose a public subnet, and this is the subnet ID that we want to launch an instance from. Take a note of these two parameters. Click OK. Next, we come back to Instance Wizard. We can skip this step since we have already created an instance profile. Select the profile we have created, and next give the stack a name. Call it my stack 1. Click Start. So at the launch of the stack, it will ask you for the VPC ID and key name, the parameters that we talked about earlier. So go ahead, enter the VPC ID, and then for key name, I have created one earlier. So double check these parameters, make sure they're all correct, otherwise the script will fail. It has failed on me many times. Click Launch. Now, what is happening now is a CloudFormation stack is being created on my behalf in AWS. While this is taking place, let's take a look in AWS console. Go to CloudFormation. As you can see, this is my stack 1 I just created, and the creation is in progress. Click on the stack and see the output. Currently, there's no output yet. This is the resource that is being created. The instance is being created. Creation in progress. This is the instance ID has already been created. We can refresh this screen one time or many times. Now let's come back to Cloud. So it's still in progress. It's finished. So as the result of this launch, we have the map, and we also send out an email that has the information of the instance and its elastic IP address, and also with additional information for you to access the instance. So it tells us that this is the instance ID and this is the elastic IP that we will use to access. Now this instance is a Amazon image Linux instance. It takes a long time for the instance stack to come up. So before I'm going to show you how to access the instance, we can take a look at a few other items here. So under the instance tab, as you can see, this is the CloudFormation. If you choose to launch or create instance profile with the CloudFormation, this is where you come. And in the stack profile, you can create a new profile, you can delete it, or you can view it. In the stacks, you can create a stack with a profile, or you can delete the stack or the listed. So this is another way to create an instance profile and launch it with the CloudFormation integration. Now let's take a look at the EC2 and view the instance. So this is the MyStack1. This is the instance that we launched with the CloudFormation script. It's still in the initializing state. As you can see, this instance ID, and it is created with VPC ID, which is what we specify, and subnet ID is what we specify. And we specify it's going to be launched on the public subnet, so it has a public IP. It's Amazon's elastic IP. Let's do a refresh one time to wait for the Linux stack to come up. It takes a much longer time for Amazon instance to come up, the Amazon image instance. So we can give it a try to access instance. So I'm going to show you by going to using my PuTTY Xterm service, and I use the key pair that I created earlier. And to access instance, we'll use the Cloud Extender Elastic IP, which is so it's still not enough time. A connection get refused could simply means that the stack has not come up. So let's wait a little bit longer and give it another try. So in the meantime, I'd like to show you that we also have advanced feature here. One of the advanced features is legacy VPC. So Cloud Extender can connect your remote data center to VPC directly. Say you have a VPC in cloud that connect with your data center via layer 3 VPN. Now you have a remote data center that you like to connect it to this VPC directly without having the traffic first sent back to your local data center, then to the cloud. You can deploy a cloud extender in the remote data center, which will connect it to your VPC directly. And we have another feature called Direct Connect, which is really a direct connect concentrator that allows enterprise to use AWS Direct Connect while still have enough automation capabilities that they can create many VPCs. Now let's come back and try again. Hopefully now has enough time passed. Again, select the key pair that I have created earlier. Okay, So this is a Amazon image, so the login is EC2 user. That's it. There you go. You have access to. So we have successfully created an instance profile with CloudFormation and then launch instance from Cloud Extender console. And with address mapping, everything is set.